there. My name is Mateus and welcome back to OBD, channel that is all about pain. Apparently, no gain whatsoever. And the footage that you're about to see is actually from a few months ago in February when I went to Brazil. And I got to take a tour of a very special garage. Now, I am going back to Brazil in the near future, so I'm already planning to take another tour of the same collection, where we're actually going to get to go a little bit more in depth, maybe turn on a couple of the cars that we didn't get to turn on, maybe take a few of them out for a drive. Regardless of what the reaction is to the YouTube channel by then, I'm gonna go out there and make the video. Anybody watching wants to see something else out of the next video, just let me know and I'll try to organize it when I'm down in Brazil again. But with that out of the way, make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and whatever people do nowadays, and enjoy the video. Hello everyone and welcome to OBD. We are today in a highly undisclosed location somewhere in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I grew up here, I was born and raised here, and this place and these cars that you're about to see, some of them, are a little bit of what started my passion for cars to begin with down here. So I thought it'd be a cool thing, since I have another couple of days left in the city, to go through some of this stuff, because there's some interesting things I haven't seen since. There's some things that you're gonna recognize that we have in America, but some other stuff. That is an F5 jet testing its engine. I might show you where that's coming from, maybe not, just because I don't want to really give away where we are exactly. If you hear that from time to time, it's a jet. We're gonna go through this garage in a little bit. First, we're gonna go up to the other garage and see some of the older vehicles over there. There's one over here that's very special that we're gonna go through in a little bit. So let's go. There's a ton of cars. Welcome to garage one. I think we're gonna start over here. You might recognize it already, obviously. It's a Mitsubishi Lancer. Down here in Brazil, we really don't have a lot of Lancers to begin with, and Evos, you never see them. Transforming this into a little bit of an Evo clone. It looks pretty good already on camera. In person, it's got some work to do, but it's gonna be a long project that is already turning out pretty nicely. I mean, the wing isn't there yet, but the body kit is already starting to take shape. You can kind of tell what the idea with this one is. Over here we have the direct competitor. You don't see very much of these at all unless you go to car meets and everything, but this thing is in pretty good condition. He's doing some 3D modeling on this, so, but other than that, it looks pretty clean. Maybe should wash it soon, no? Over here we have a Ford Maverick inline 6. These did come with a V8, even in Brazil as well as in America, but down here they're incredibly rare with the V8. This thing looks fantastic in this color. There was a little bit of a drippage here that caused this, but other than that, this car is in absolute mint condition. Look at this thing. Right next to it, we have a 1938 Ford Coupe, also with an inline 6. It's a little bit hot rodded, making a little bit more power than the original V8 that it came in. It sounds pretty nice, and when people aren't expecting it at red lights, this thing actually gets some pretty decent pickup. Oh, look at this guy. 1975 Mini Cooper. See if this is open. Oh yeah. Look at that wood steering wheel. Nice flex. Pretty much all original.
The first
transversal motor. W fanboys, we have an E36 325, which nowadays in this condition, it's virtually impossible to find these that weren't crashed and drifted and beat to living. So this thing is mint. Look at that. Look at these seats. Absolutely nothing on them. The lighting isn't doing me many favors, but you can kind of tell the condition of this is amazing. Over here we have a Carmen Ghia air-cooled Volkswagen motor. Pretty decent condition, actually. They don't drive this very much, so you can kind of tell the cover kind of took its toll, but other than that, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. I love the steering wheel. Oh, pra abrir aqui. Let's see. Oh wow. Look at that. So much space. You can throw something big in there. Here's something you're not gonna see in America ever. So I was actually informed that you guys did have these bad boys here in America. It was just way before my time, and now they're all gone. My apologies. With that out of the way, let's move on. Chevrolet Chevette. I don't know. Maybe in Mexico they had these. I'm not really sure. This used to be his grandfather's car. It's in amazing condition, because everything here is in amazing condition. Oh yeah. Old person smell. This is Brazilian royalty right here. A Puma, a convertible Brazilian sports car. Red on red, because of course, also an air-cooled Volkswagen motor. This has the same platform as a Carmen Ghia. These you do not see at all. Even though they were made in Brazil and they sold a decent amount of them, a lot of them ended up getting junked out. So it's really nice to see one of these in good condition. I mean, again, hasn't been driven much, but other than that, the paint's pretty flawless for what it is. Right next to it, this is a Renault Gordini. This also has a Volkswagen motor in it. I'm not gonna go around there because it's kind of tight to open the hood. This, my British friends might recognize, Triumph Spitfire, also with a Volkswagen motor, because in Brazil we love Volkswagen motors.
Joke that you can find any part in the bakery.
Oh yeah, you can find any part of this motor in a bakery in Brazil. So that's the joke, is we love Volkswagens, we put Volkswagen motors in everything, and this is absolutely no different. Now, you have, it's a 1958 Ford F100. And when they bought this car, essentially stripped down to the bare metal and painted it fire truck red, and my goodness, was that an amazing decision. Look at this thing. They actually used the living out of this thing. Renovating a house down by the coast, and they use that to bring materials, which I think that's fantastic. Abriu. Nice seats, completely restored. Nice sunroof. Let's see the motor. Wow. It was originally a V8, but now it's got a turbo diesel inside. Runs a lot better, I bet. This was the old car section, I guess you could say. We're gonna go to garage number 2 now. That's when things get really interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and now we've got what our friend Stratman likes to say, views on views on views. I'm gonna start with this here. This is a 2000 Maserati that we never got in America, at least not in this setup. It's a twin turbo V8 with an automatic transmission. These are known for being somewhat unreliable, but when they're running, by the grace of God, are these things amazing. One, it's gorgeous. Let's just start there. And two, twin turbo V8. Any idea what power this makes? 400 something? 400 something horsepower. Over here in the interior, I was just informed that that is a Cartier clock. If a Maserati wasn't bougie enough. See these taillights right here? These prevented this car from being sold in America for a few years, because I guess regulations didn't allow for that type of taillight and blinker assembly. So they weren't able to sell this. So then we got, if you know this car, you got the taillights that kind of look like this on it, which I think kind of takes away from the design. I think these taillights really make it look fantastic, but it's not anything that you can even fix on the American spec ones because it's a part of the actual car itself. But I just think these make the car look so much more unique. Here we have a Porsche Boxster. These are fantastic cars. I don't think there's a better bang for the buck as far as just straight up driving experience as a Porsche Boxster. Call me crazy, I don't know. I love these things. I would love to be able to pick one of these up in America. They're going up in value like crazy, and here they're going up in value like crazy too. For the price that they are, I don't think there's many other things that drive the way this does. And to get into a Porsche for what they cost, it gets much better than that. Next to it, we have a little Z3 Roadster. It's a Miata with a tux. If the answer is always Miata, but you don't want to drive a Mazda, buy a Z3. I don't think this needs much introduction. what I like to say, resell Ferrari spec, red on tan. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. And over here we have another Italian, an Alfa Romeo 2000 GT. I don't know what the year, I think it's 73. This is a beautiful looking car. Actually, I'm gonna go to the other side to show you. Nice wooden steering wheel. And this is the GOAT. Willys Interlagos. Brazil only. It was made off of the Alpine 110, I think is the Alpine 110. They brought it to Brazil and turned it into this. So the car was released at the same time the F1 GP track here in Sao Paulo was made. It's called Interlagos, it's the same name. Made by Willys. Let's see here. Nice little four banger.
O que ele não tem de original, o coletor, obviamente.
Okay.
E o carburador é um carburador mais...
The carb is aftermarket and the catch can is aftermarket. Other than that, it's 100% original. His father will not sell this thing for any money in the world. This is the car that we used to take to the old car meets back in the day, and it would stop the freaking show. This is amazing, especially in yellow. Look at that. There was only about 240, 250 ever made. There's maybe 30 still running here in Brazil. So to see one of these in this condition and running, pretty impressive. Now, checking with the owner, he told us 700, 750, but now I'm seeing 822 on Google. I'm gonna trust Google, but still, regardless of that, super rare car. And a 320, because everybody needs something that starts every day. This is living proof that this car has seen some right here. We just took it to a track day. I don't know if I'm gonna make it into a whole separate video, if it's gonna be for the same video, but yes, this thing was on a track not even 3 days ago, which is pretty unheard of for Ferrari owners, at least in Brazil. I know in America some people do take their cars to a track, but these cars are incredibly expensive to maintain down here, so people don't usually have the courage to take them out and do what they're actually meant to do. So I was very honored to be able to see this thing just blasting down a straight at 170, 180 kilometers an hour. It was a sight to see. So if it's on this video, just hang on, you'll see it soon. If not, come back tomorrow, I guess. Hopefully you saw some interesting things that you haven't seen before. I for sure, that right there is my favorite car in this garage. I know it sounds crazy to say that next to this thing, but that's just me. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. See you next time.
Tá? Ó, segurou.
É, isso não foi você.
Não.
Ah, ele cortou o time, beleza.
Segurou de novo. Cortar muito, vai ver. Segurou.
É.
Ó, freio retinho. Belisca aqui, ó, deixa o carro lá fora. E aí você vai no último aqui, ó, no último vermelho.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.